Trump has you scared about a recession or the stock market crashing. And if you understand this one thing, you're going to make a lot of money. It is simple. Recessions make millionaires. The reason is, it's just that everything that you cannot afford right now is going to be on sale in a few months. And if it is, you can scoop it up on a deal. Or your favorite stocks like Nvidia are going to be on sale. And if they are, you get to go and scoop it up while everyone else is out there panicking. Your job is to scoop up all of these assets while they are on sale. You don't want to wait until they are, back at 200%. You want to scoop them up while they are getting slaughtered. That's a discount. And discounts for you means you make a lot more money. Hey, don't say I didn't tell you. Peace.
A lot of people are like, how dare you try to make money during a recession when everybody is struggling? But I'm be totally honest with you guys. It wouldn't really make sense for people that have disciplined themselves, did the work, put money aside or whatever it is they had to sacrifice, or whatever the case may be, that are ready and prepared to feel bad about getting out in the markets or buying assets that they are able to get for a cheaper price. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the idea of that because, yes, if something like this were to happen, like a recession, there would be a lot of people going through hard times. But the reality of the situation is life doesn't stop for anybody. There have been people that have been going through hard times before this year, that have been going through hard times for the last 40 years, the last 50 years. And guess what? Time does not stop for anyone. And I'm not talking about the millionaires and billionaires that a lot of people like to put their focus on. I'm talking about your neighbors, the people that grew up in poverty. I'm talking about the people who came from the middle class. I'm talking about the people who were truck driving for the last year. I'm talking about the people who got in cybersecurity and they've been putting their money aside. I'm talking about the person that has been putting aside $1,000 a month and they've just been waiting for their time to come. I'm talking about those people. If they decide to do something to better themselves, I don't see any problem with that. Isn't that the goal for people? Or is it that people should just be jealous because those people have an opportunity presented to them and are ready to take action? Yes, it's unfortunate that a lot of other people will be going through something as well, but I also don't think it's right to be upset that someone is trying to do better for themselves, because that's all anybody is trying to do is better for themselves. So I think we have to remember that, because I already can see somebody right now. What about the people losing their homes? It's sad and unfortunate. What about the people that can't afford eggs? Very sad and unfortunate. And I'm wishing everybody well through whatever journey they're on in life, but I never would be upset at the fact that someone is trying to do something, even if that means they're doing it better than me, even if that means that they've made better decisions than me. If they were able to crawl out of whatever situation they were in, I think that deserves an applause. And the reason I say that is, if it were you, that's what a lot of people would want. So I'm not going to fix my lips to guilt trip anyone for buying a stock for a cheaper price, for buying a house if they've been saving with their husband for a cheaper price, for buying a car for a cheaper price.
And another thing, I just saw a TikTok that said, oh, recessions create millionaires. Don't worry, y'all. Recessions create millionaires. You're going to buy up the property. People are losing their jobs. You are middle class. I'm sorry, like, majority of people watching me right now, you're middle class, if not lower. You guys, the average rent in America right now is $1,800. I need y'all to get in your head, this is middle class. You are scrounging up money to go to Cancun, Mexico. That is your trip of the year. You are sitting here being like, oh, what's floor mate's going to come for me? What's coming for you is that rent. Average rent is $1,800. What's floor mate's going to come for me? It's a car payment. We're sitting here talking about it ain't gonna be that bad. We spent the better part of January complaining that Girl Scout cookies is $6 now. I need y'all to get through your head. Like, this is not gonna be fun.
Now, again, I think there's a lot of people that think exactly like this person on the screen. And for those of y'all that want to do something and try to make some change, y'all gotta tune out the noise. You need to be focused and stick to the script, y'all. It's not gonna be for everybody. Everybody shouldn't feel like they need to do this. This is for the people that want to do it. These are for the people that see an opportunity and they just don't understand that this is an opportunity and they might be prepared. Just because you're middle class right now doesn't mean you got to be middle class forever. That's just like saying, oh, you're in poverty. What are you thinking about being a millionaire? It's like, dang, can I dream? You can dream. You can do what you want to do to try to achieve your goals. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you'll get more income just because you see an opportunity that might be presenting itself right now. But if you're too busy like, oh, I'm just middle class, I can't even afford my rent, blah, blah. Well, that's all you're going to be able to afford then if you keep that same mindset. You don't have to stay the same every day. There are things some people can do to change the outcomes that they get every single day. And I think that a lot of people we talk to can have a view that's a lot more pessimistic. Just think about it like this. A few years ago, None of y'all knew who I was. So imagine somebody saying, "Oh, you trying to do that?" Like, no, you're like the rest of us. You're gonna just do what you're doing right now. And that's why your journey is not for everybody to understand. Whatever it is you want to do, sometimes I don't even tell people what it is that I'm trying to do because I don't want all the extra noise. I don't want the opinions. I don't want you telling me I can't do it or thinking that I'm doing too much or I'm dreaming too big, because you'll run into people like that in life. And it's almost like, how dare you try to do something better? How dare you? Look around. You need to know where you are, and you're going to be here just like the rest of us. And that doesn't have to be the case. And you might not get where you're trying to get to overnight. And it very rarely goes that way. But every day you could take steps to get to where you want to be. And then you look back and you'll notice that you made a lot of progress from where you used to be. Now, what you don't want to do is look back and feel like you didn't do nothing. You're exactly where you were a year ago. Ain't nothing about you changed. You're the same person you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And then you talk to other people and you see that they were able to progress and do things in life. And I don't want nobody to be like that. And what you also have to remember is, even though people will say things like this to you, like trying to remind you where you are and kind of give you the idea of like, how dare you try to go over there and do something better? Do you know that when them people get an opportunity, they will up and leave? They will up and do the same thing. So dream big, y'all. Do what you gonna do, because it ain't for everybody to understand. And that's okay.
If this market continues to go down, I don't think we'll get that lucky. I've never gotten that lucky. I know when I've missed a good part of the market because I knew that it was time to buy back in, 2021. Anyway, let's get to this. So even if you're 60, 65 years old right now, if you get lucky enough that this market goes down enough, look at your quantum stocks. You won't see those go back down to 38 cents. Because if you do, if you see that happen and you're in your 60s even and you think it's too late for you, it's not. You better jump on everything that I'm telling you about so you can build yourself a wealth and a retirement really quick. Nobody's going to give you the information I'm giving you because nobody gives a shit.
Ooh. And then on the side of this screen, it says, if this market goes down, and I mean down, you better start buying the heck out of the right companies, because you will not get a chance like this again in your lifetime. And in the last few weeks, the stock market has been red. Pretty much if you owned assets, you'd be lucky to see anything in the green. But I do agree with what he's saying. And this isn't financial advice. And I don't even know if he's a financial advisor. I mean, overall, if there are any cheap stocks that you like and you have any resources to put towards it, I think this is a great opportunity. Now, there's, again, two ways you can look at this. You can look at this like, oh my gosh, my portfolio's down. Or you can like, hey, everything is on sale. And I also appreciate the honesty at the end where he's saying nobody's going to give a SHIT, because they're not.
Truth of the matter is, Trump is going to make people like me millionaires. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't be the psychologist that I am if I didn't tell y'all this little secret. Trump knows this part of psychology. It's like, I want to say 5 to 6. It might be 5. Name them. Those of us who are in business understand what kind of opportunity this is for us, right? Because people are scared. People are feeling the sense of urgency. Some people feel hopeful. Some people feel, are going to start using their authority. What's another one? Some people are going to start using exclusivity to push their products and services. And I don't care which products and services those are. Yeah. What happens when people are terrified? They become desperate. They become desperate for change. And most people, when it comes to fear, they wait until the last minute to jump on a bandwagon to do something different. So that is going to help a lot of people in business, because a lot of people, when it comes to even jobs, if you want a job, people are really feeling the urgency to get a job or start a business or do something of the sort, or to make multiple streams of income. You probably already have a job, but you're looking for a second, third, and fourth at this point with the man. The man won't put the pen down. What happens when people begin to lose hope? What happens when a level of urgency to get up off of your ass, kind of like him disrupting, not dismantling, the Department of Education? He just wants to disrupt it. The DEI, he just wanted to disrupt it. He know he can't go in there and just knock it all down. But he can disrupt it by sending people home by 5. Same thing he just did with U.S. aid. Same thing he can disrupt it. The level of urgency that people feel right now. Same thing. People who are in digital products, people who have a business, people who are in product businesses and all that type of stuff. There's going to be a lot more exclusivity.
You know what I thought about when she was talking about exclusivity? Even with people saying that they didn't want to shop at these large corporations. Now, I'm not trying to say nobody should or shouldn't shop wherever they want. I'm just pointing out there was people that said they didn't want to shop, for example, Target. They didn't want to go to Walmart. Whatever the case may be, right? There was protests going on. For the people who are not those organizations, they may have got more money. Small businesses may have made more money. Maybe that is an opportunity. And I think that's what she's trying to say here is there might be some opportunity for you, but you got to see where is it? You know, what is really going on to where you can fill a need, fill a void, provide a service. Heck, even just seeing something on discount that's normally not on discount. She's even talking about resellers. Like I seen somebody reselling some Pokemon cards. Like they were at the Pokemon thing with a whole hustle. They was buying up the whole little vending machine. I might have to talk about that because that was crazy. But people are coming up with ways to make money in this economy still. And some people are doing stuff so crazy that they're making a lot of money.
No, there's going to be a level of urgency to the point where you will never be able to find that item again on their website.
Like them Pokemon cards I was talking about. Like they only was restocking and everybody was fighting over the cards.
Situation. Simple stuff. Now, for some people, for people like me who like fashion, when I want something and I see it, there's a level of exclusivity. I know they're not getting this back, especially with these damn tariffs going up. And this is probably my only chance. I'm going to do what I need to do and I'm going to spend that money no matter what the fucking price is. Same thing with memberships, same thing with coaching, same thing with digital products, same thing with any other business, same thing with jobs, same thing. So people like me are going to become millionaires up under Trump because we understand the psychology of everything that he is doing. The people who don't understand what is going on are the people who are looking at everything going wrong and they are not looking at the opportunity that this man has. I didn't vote for him, but I'm just saying the opportunity is just going to be provided for people who may be in the educational space. You have to understand that the Department of U.S., like if that goes down, a lot more babies are going to be homeschooled, Head Start programs, all of this government fund, like a lot more businesses are going to be created if people look at the opportunity and not the stuff that may be going away. You hear me? Stock market, whole nother ball game. But people have already become millionaires within the stocks. He know what he doing. I guess my question is, what are you going to do?
Ooh, that's a good question. What are you going to do? Like, it doesn't even really matter what side of the fence you're on. And I think that's how a lot of people see it. Kind of like, no matter who is in charge, they got to still try to put their best foot forward every day. We can't control who is there right now, how long they finna stay there and all this stuff. But what you can control is what you do every day. So that's why I'm glad she said, what are you going to do? Because that's what I'd be saying. Are you just going to be mad every day? Are you just going to get on and waste time and your energy being upset? Or are you going to try to find a way to every year, every day, try to be better than you were? Because that's progression. And I kind of feel like life is going to go on whether you want to go on or not. You have to keep adapting. And if you don't, you get left behind. And I would hate for anybody to be too distracted to where they actually had something they could provide. They actually had a service that could have made a lot of money, but they're so distracted with, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. And what about this and what about that? You can only do what you can control. So I would hope people would try to focus on that in this time if they do want to make some money.
Sit here and look at everybody else, take advantage of these opportunities. Yeah, opportunities, calling us opportunistic. I don't even know how to fuck pronounce that word. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm here to tell you that within a recession, a lot of businesses start in recessions and they are still around because of being the solution to somebody's problem.
Yeah.
When you see people's prices go up, just know you waited too long to get into a membership, a coaching program, to buy that digital product. Just know you waited too long to get into the stock market. Just know you waited too long. Don't wait. Because the train is going to pull off whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
It has a time schedule. It's on the time. It's going to pull off. So what are you going to do? So this boils down to stop looking at what is going wrong and start paying attention to what could go right if you put yourself in the right space, the right time, and the right listen. There's a lot of opportunity for businesses to be birthed in a season like this. Get on your fucking Zoom now.
One thing that stood out to me was she was talking about being an opportunist and a lot of people kind of saying that like, oh, you're an opportunist, like it's a bad thing. We all have to make the best of the opportunities we're presented in life. I don't really think that that's like you're taking advantage of the fact that you can make some money. Let's be for real. Would you tell your children not to do that? If you have kids, would you tell them to not take opportunities if it can put them in a better situation? I mean, if they are just wanting to start a business, if they're wanting to buy a stock that's cheaper than it normally is because everything is on discount, like, come on, let's be for real. And if you're talking to somebody that's kind of making you feel bad for the fact that you want to take opportunities, as life presents them to you, you got to ask yourself, why are they doing that? Is it out of jealousy, perhaps, that they are not able to take opportunities? Because I see people who still have empathy for people. They have money. I see people that are able to build themselves up in their careers and things like that because they've taken opportunities and they have money. It doesn't mean that everybody is a horrible person because you took some opportunities in your life. But I know there's going to be people in the comments like, you shouldn't do that or blah, blah, blah. And I would say, what would you do? And I'm not saying all morals have to go out the window. I'm saying when simple opportunities are presented, do you just let them pass you by every day? Everybody's just doing the best they can to get the slice of the pie here in America. So I ain't gonna knock nobody for trying to do their thing, you know? If we end up in a recession and somebody ends up becoming a millionaire because they were able to provide a service or they were able to solve a problem or they just invested like wisely, good for you. Whether you took your opportunity because somebody gave you a job application or somebody else took it because they invested in the stock that didn't nobody know about. Just do the best you can do because we all really just trying to get by. But let me know what you think about this all down below. But we have to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.